Hey, 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 family. Welcome. Hello, this is Dr. Kia Pruitt. Welcome to the Dr. Kia Pruitt Show. Today is Friday, December the 20th, 2024, and the time is 5:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Happy Friday! Yay! Welcome, family. I'm so excited about today. And I feel so grateful that many of you have joined us here to talk to an esteemed guest who happens to be a good friend and brother of mine. But before we get into the news, I want to see y'all check in. Let us know where you're hailing from, family. I see Facebook, Instagram. What else? LinkedIn people are here. Thank you for joining us. Rumble, and it looks like they might even have allowed YouTube to come on because I had connected YouTube to the StreamYard yesterday before they shut my channel down. So if you guys are here from YouTube, let us know and we'll give you a shout out. Welcome to the party, family. We have great news today. I've already talked about geopolitical news, okay? But let me tell you all something. The day of reckoning is here. The deep state has done a lot to unalive people and to shut down the truth, to keep us from sharing all behind the scenes and all the things that they have done. But on today, we have somebody who they thought had died. They thought they took his life. They took away all his money. They took away some of his peace and his possessions, but they could not take away the man's resolve to come back and take over and restore his father's legacy. So on today, we're going to talk to you all about a gentleman by the name of John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. Before I bring him on and my co-host, let me just briefly share his story, just a little bit. You guys need to get his book called Stolen Identity. John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. is a man that is the son of John Fitzgerald Kennedy Sr. And if you recall, his father, when he was in this high noble office of the presidency, said there is a plot to enslave every man, woman, and child. But before I leave this high noble office, I will expose this plot. John Fitzgerald Kennedy was a well-renowned president. He was loved by every community, communities classified as white, community classified as black. He was well-beloved internationally because he wanted to expose this plot to enslave humanity. He is exposing or tried to expose the things that we're uncovering today, many years later. Not only did he want to expose the plot, but he worked with the civil rights movement to try to get rights restored to Black people or people classified as Black, also known as African Americans. He also tried to take down the deep state by uncovering what was going on at the highest level in the financial system. He tried systematically to destroy the Federal Reserve central banking system and return us back to the gold standard. But because of his resolve to do that, they took his life. When they took his life, they took the life of his family members that many of you have come to love, but we didn't know it. They tried to unalive his whole bloodline. But before they could get to Jackie Kennedy, his wife, she married Aristotle Onassis, who is an oil magnate or was an oil magnate and a billionaire, a shipping magnate and an oil billionaire. When she married him, of course, for love, but also for protection. Unfortunately, they unalived Onassis. You have to understand and understand how sinister and sick the deep state cabal is. They took out Onassis. So Jackie Kennedy was in a very compromising position. How was she going to preserve her life? She paid certain people, and John will tell the story, to protect her son. And he went into witness protection. While he was in witness protection, he was sold to a family called the Quigleys. All a part of the deep state, all a part of bloodline families that are all in cahoots together. And while he was with the Quigleys, he was systematically abused, traumatized, put through MK Ultra mind controlling programs, and all type of heinous things that I can't even utter on this podcast. You have to get his book called Stolen Identity. The man has endured a lot. When you are a part of the deep state or you are even being protected by them, you have to understand that the people that control Secret Service and control these protection programs are still a part of the cabal. So they unalived his mom, and then they really had control. And they controlled and handled him and told him what kind of jobs he could get. And they would steal his money. And then it got to the point as he grew older and older, they just continued with this ritualistic abuse. And we'll let him share his own story. But they thought they were going to get rid of him. They thought that the abuse, the stealing of his money, the emotional trauma will cause him to forget who he was. But you know what? When you are from bloodlines and you have the legacy of your father and your mother entrenched in your DNA, there's no way you can forget. So he's back to share his story. They didn't unalive him. They didn't get to him. Many years later, he came back to share his story and to let us know that he indeed is alive. John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr., also known as David Quigley, is alive, family. He's back, and they're trying to silence him and anybody who shares his story, okay? But he's coming forth here on the Dr. Kia Pruitt Show for all of the lions and lionesses that are here and all of our soul family that are willing to listen to his story. But before we introduce him, let me introduce to you my friend, Ron Anthony, who also was a part of the entertainment industry. Ron Anthony is a phenomenal singer. Hi, Ron.
Hey, I'm here.
Ron would not sign certain contracts, and he
No.
would not participate in certain parties that dealt with ritualistic abuse. So they tried to silence and censor him. Well, Ron interviewed and met JFK Jr. first. And when I saw him do that, and then Ron met me, I was like, Ron, please give me an interview with JFK Jr. And he did. And that's how we all came to know John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. here on this particular show. So, Ron, welcome to the show. Tell us whatever you would like about your story, and then I'm going to give you the pleasure and honors of introducing our guest, John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr.
Yes, I thank you all for allowing me to be here. I think something is happening. I can't hear what you're saying, but can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, I'll put it in the chat, in the private chat. I can hear you. Family, they have been censoring any of us that try to tell the story about John Fitzgerald Kennedy. If we share his book, if we hold up his book cover, they will silence us. They will freeze our phones. They would dismantle our phones. So I've had to get several phones, and they will mess with your computer. It's in your hands, Ron.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to be on the show and a little bit about my story. And I believe all this is tied in together because the deep state attacked me and my family with my special need kids, and they're unalived. And so it's a lot that was dealing with that. So that's how I got involved in all of this, because I wouldn't do what they wanted me to do. I wouldn't sing where they wanted me to sing, and I wasn't going to, get involved in all of that. So what they did, I was targeted. And so I lost my kids through the school system, Fulton County school system in Georgia. And I've been telling my story all the time. And so when I heard about JFK, I'm like, this sounds kind of similar. It's different situations, but it's the same thing that happened. And with my little babies, I mean, they couldn't talk. And if you can look it up, Aaron Hatcher was the one that I could speak about, because when you're dealing with the deep state and their attorneys, they don't allow you to talk. Well, I fired them because I wanted to speak. And, and this has been going on for years. And so it's a lot. And you're going to find out what I'm doing now after we get John on, because I do not stop. I don't stop. I keep going. I suffered a heart attack. I had open heart surgery behind this. I had a lot going on. I couldn't sing. I mean, it was a lot, because I am a gifted vocalist from the power of God, and I allow God to do things through me. And I would not sign. I had producers from the Diddy team and all of that. I would not sign. And because I would not, a lot of things started to happen. So I'm here to
Hold on.
stand with JFK.
You know what, Ron? Excuse me. People are saying they can't hear and they can't see us.
Yeah, see, they stopping it. You know what?
They're
We could
stopping
go
it.
back. I guess if you can tell John, we can go back and start over because they're going to try to stop it because I'm a loudmouth and
Okay,
I
so
don't
okay.
stop. They took my kids.
It could be that it's the people on YouTube that can't see us because I've been having problems on YouTube. I don't see what about people on Facebook or Rumble? I've been searching. Somebody said they've been searching. Can anybody? Hmm, I can hear. Rumble can hear us. Okay, good. Rumble can hear us. I think Instagram on my phone can hear us, but I think it's YouTube that can't hear us.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. So family, what I would encourage you all to do is it's YouTube. Go to my Rumble channel and I'll put this in the chat. Go to Rumble. Facebook is fine. Okay, Facebook and Rumble are fine. YouTube is not. Go to my Rumble channel. All you have to do is go to rumble.com and then go to the search engine and look for Dr. period space KIA space PRUITT. That's Dr. Kia Pruitt, and you will see the show there because it looks like it's people can hear me from there, but they can't hear on the YouTube. I'm being heavily censored on YouTube. And a matter of fact, they
Right.
told me I could upload on YouTube, but I thought I thought it was successful. Can you see me? Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, they
Oh,
want to
that's
keep us in lies.
yeah. So my son just pulled up my YouTube. They can't hear me on YouTube. So family, go to my Rumble channel. If you can see the chat, I did put the link in the chat. Somebody said there's no live sound, not even on Instagram.
Maybe we have to cut off and start back again.
Well, I've been censored on Instagram and YouTube.
Oh, Lord.
So that's why those two channels are still giving me a hard time, but they're telling me Facebook is fine, Rumble is fine. What else is fine? Twitter is fine. Let me see. Yeah, they're fine. It looks like everybody's fine except for those two that I've been censored on. So join me on my rumble.com channel. Go to rumble.com and type in Dr. period space KIA space PRUITT and listen to the real John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. tell his story. Peace, family. That's Instagram I'm tuning out of. Okay, and I'm going to get YouTube as well. I'm just going to take them off. That's sad. Okay, go ahead. It is. It is. Okay, thank you, John. He put in Dr. Kia Pruitt Rumble. Thank you, John. Whew, okay, go ahead, Ron. We have 144 people in the chat so far. A lot of people had to leave because they can't hear us.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say I am thankful to be on this show with Dr. Kia, because we have some real issues going on out here. And just like now, they're trying to stop people from knowing the truth. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, the Republic is standing up. So you can't stop that. So when we stand up, then that's when all this is going to go away. They're at the end. And I have a meeting tonight when I get off of here to let you all know. I want you all to know that the Republic is standing up. And I just thank God for John, because his story is coming out. And, with my son's birthday was December 15th. And I stand with my son because they did a lot. I mean, they unalived him. And he was only a baby. I mean, they threw him out of the wheelchair. My other son, see, they were special needs. They were angels, and God blessed me, and my family to take care of them. And then they do this. So it's not over. It's been 11 years. I've had a heart attack, open heart surgery, lung issues from that, kidney disease. Everything has happened, and I'm still standing, and I'm not stopping. And the Republic is going to stand with JFK Jr. because his story is coming out. So y'all get ready.
Now, do you think, I can surmise this, but I would like to have your personal testimony. Did they do this to you because you would not be a part of the Illuminati or the deep state at the highest level? Because you're a phenomenal entertainer. Do you feel that
Thank
they
you.
targeted
Well,
you?
it all started. Yeah, it all started years ago because it's like a family thing because I knew my
Mhm.
grandfather and all of them were in all of that. Well, I'm not getting
Mhm.
in any of that. And my
Mhm.
entire family sings. And so because when I met certain people, they were telling me that, oh, you're called, yeah, by God, not by you. And so,
Mhm. Right.
and I believe that I was targeted because I was introduced. I mean,
Mhm.
different people would come up to me and know things about me because they listen. They listening now. You know,
Mhm. Mhm.
the ones that are
Oh,
still
we can.
here, but they did in that under because I speak out about my kids. I mean,
You
they
do.
couldn't talk. They
Mm.
couldn't talk. And they only did I believe they only did that because I wouldn't do the things that they wanted me to do. Because
Mhm.
I am a gifted vocalist. I am. And I know that God uses me to
Right.
reach people through that. I'm just a vessel. And God
Mhm.
speaks and sings and do a lot of things. And I know that God knew I wouldn't stop regardless of what happened
Mm.
because they're not dead. The body is just not here. We are eternal. We never die. So you
That's
hit the
funny.
right one with this one because I mean, it doesn't, we don't die.
We don't
You
die.
know what I'm saying?
I do.
So
I do.
yeah, so that's why I'm so into this, and especially with John. When I found out about John, I'm like, that sounds something like my story.
Yeah, absolutely.
And God sent. Okay, how I met John is listening to this particular person, and so when that happened, I heard the voice, the inner man within me, the higher self said, "Reach out to him." And I kept
Mm.
going back and forth, because I ain't gonna, I kept going back and forth, back and forth. So I finally did it. And
Mm.
so when I did that, that's when
You
John
see that?
responded, and he was like, "My brother, just a great soul."
He is
And I'm
a
like,
great soul.
that's it. And and I really feel for him because I have the same similar thing that happened, except his
Mm.
goes deeper, and they unalive people in my family. So I'm
People
here.
are
I'm
saying they
not
want to
going
see
anywhere.
you, Ron. Are you not able to cam
I'm
up?
almost home now, and I'm gonna. Yeah, I just didn't want to be rude, coming.
Okay.
But I'm coming in now.
Okay. And Rena's here, Ron, our great friend Rena. She's here. I know. Mwah, 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 mwah. We love you,
Oh,
Rena.
Rena, we all
Ree,
here.
Ree, 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 Ree,
Now wait
Ree,
till you find
Ree,
out who
Ree.
she is.
What'd you say?
Wait till they find out who she is.
Right. And wait till she meets JFK. This is
Yeah.
amazing.
Thank you, Rena.
Thank you, Rena, for being here, sister. You guys have heard me tell JFK Jr.'s story. I've told Rena's story. Rena is the daughter of Whitney Houston that went through some similar things. So we're about to introduce our beloved brother, but I'm going to give Ron the opportunity to introduce our beloved brother so he can tell his story. The reason why it's so credible to me is because I met Rena Houston, who is Whitney's eldest daughter, that was taken away from her and sold to a family. I met Nancy Pelosi's daughter-in-law, who told me stories about what happened to her and how they stole her children from her. I met someone who is a child star or a child survivor of abuse who was from the Presley family. God has put me in these amazing places. I met Ron Anthony, who sang in the industry with all of the artists. He knows who Diddy is. He knows who Whitney is. He knows who Dottie Peoples is. He knows, maybe I shouldn't be name dropping, but he knows them, and he just was different. The Bible talks about you being peculiar. He would not participate in the rituals or sign the 360 deals. So God set him apart. because of that, they targeted him. And as you know, a lot of things happened. They unalived his 2 sons with disability. And his story is just amazing. So when you hear these stories and they all sound the same and they all know some of the same people, and you cry together and you pray together and you hug each other and you see each other, like that's how you know. And in the spirit tells the truth. Am I right, Ron? The spirit
Yes,
tells
you are
the truth.
right. The spirit tells the truth.
Yes, sir. Somebody,
Yes.
John says, we smiled when we seen her in the chat. Much love, Rena. Okay, let me know when you're ready. There
I'm
he
ready.
is.
Hear me?
Hey, Ron.
Yeah, I just came. It's cold in Atlanta, boy.
Oh, is
Wow.
it? Yeah. It was in the
Yes.
60s here, I think. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, it's like 63 in Jacksonville.
Wow.
Hmm.
But yeah, so I'm so glad to be on here because just going through all of this, it wasn't people get upset and they crying and doing all that. Mine turned into, okay, I'm doing this because all of my pain went into finding out what's really going on. Why did you do this? And I wanted to know why. And I really prayed for these people, because they're dealing with me, and I'm a person. I know who I am, so I
Right.
know that I am a light being, and so I didn't go through all of the sadness and stuff. I just came in to find out who is this. What are you doing? I'm not stopping. You're going to come out. You will go through what we're going to take you through. And the reason why I say that, because I am the House rep for the Republic. I am. So when they see me stand up, when this Republic stand up, I know they're going to be like, oh, Lord. But see, but the Republic is something to put back into the people so that we won't
Back in
have
our
to go
hands.
through this type of stuff. And so I thank Gold Star Mother Susan Price for getting me involved in this, because she knew my story. And I thank Rena and John, because they're like my family now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I really appreciate you, Dr. Kia,
I love
because
you, brother.
I'm telling you, you can look that story up. Ronald Hatcher, Aaron Hatcher. Look at what they did, and you can go to YouTube and pull up They Can't Talk But We Can. I was married, people. They destroyed everything. So I'm just letting you all know we got to stick together. You need to push this show. So I thank you all. And now we're going to
You are
get
more than welcome. Now there are times we can hear you clearly, and there are times we can't.
Can you hear me now? Let me pull my big face up.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay. Well, we have JFK, John F. Jr., and I really appreciate him. This man has been like, I call and check on him. He check on me. It's like, this is my brother, man. I'm so glad you're on here. JFK, how you doing?
I am doing wonderful, Ron. Hey, we ain't never going to stop, and we are going to get some justice for a lot of people.
I know that's right.
We are, and people like Kia having us on our show, it's coming out. We're kicking some ass and taking names, and they don't have a chance against us Lions. They don't.
No. And it's like, we ready. We like, I'm ready. I'm like, and it's been years with both of us, years. And you since the Adam 12. Come on. That's that, man. Especially that part, the one when your head was stuck in the fence. Now, I remember that.
Yeah, there was also one I saw the other day also. What the MK Ultra and the stuff they do in Hollywood, there's so many people affected by what they do, the deep state.
Yes.
We're going to get rid of the deep state. We really, really are.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
They're shaking in their boots right now. They do so much stuff. And I've met so many wonderful, blessed people here lately. I didn't know there was so many kind people like you guys, and it's wonderful. It's so wonderful.
Yes.
Yes. Let me ask you guys something before we go on. Is this setup right here the best or that one? Which one is best?
You're the boss.
I just want to make sure everybody can see all of us well.
You see me?
You have any thoughts, Ron? I can see everybody.
No, I'm good. I think
You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Audio's coming in, and I see everybody also. It's
okay. So, JFK Jr., I want to ask you, why now? Why in the most recent years have you decided to come forward? What was the breaking point for you that's like, all right, I'm going to tell my story?
My health was bad. I didn't think I was going to live very long. And I did not think I would live 2 weeks after sharing my story, trying to share my story. But like I said, we're kicking some butt because I'm still here. I wanted the world to know before I went to see my daddy, you know, I wanted him to know what's really going on. And it got to the point where I didn't care. My life, the story is worth more than my life because it affects so many others. You know, Ron and his family and Raina, and there's just so many other people involved that need justice. We all need some justice. They took my my mother from me, my sister. You know, everybody knows they took my father and my uncle. What they're not telling you is they didn't stop the unaliving. It just kept covering it all up.
Yes.
So, you know, after my mom was shot 3 times in front of me, the last time I saw her, she was laying in a puddle of blood. So with that, me coming out, I felt that was coming to me. It took a lot for me to say, hey, I'm John Kennedy, and I want the world to know. So, like I said, I really thought that I would be unalive myself a long time ago. But they've just been hindering the stories out with, you know, the story's out now with the book. They can't stop it now. And if they do unalive me now, I got a feeling I would just turn into a martyr and it would really get out. But we're going to come out big time. We are. Things are spiraling out of control. There's people talking about movies. There's, you know, King Smarty. Thumbs up to that beautiful man. Sue Green. So many others that are getting involved and sharing the truth. Awesome. They can't stop us now. They can't.
When this type of thing happen, it's something within you that just, you don't care. Okay, come get me, because you know you get this power in you, and nobody, as far as them, they can't touch you because the power of God has just stood up, you know. And I'm going to speak just like what you're doing, John. You're speaking out, and it's better out than in, because if it's in, you can go after them. If it comes out, then the power will go, and you know they can't do anything. You know, they could talk and try to put fear on you. We're fearless people here, you know, and it's just a blessing to know that you, John, you stood up. And I know it hurt. I know all the things that you've been through and what I've read in the book and what you told me. I know that it hurts. But that hurt has turned into a triumph because you're helping people. And we were waiting for this. I've been waiting for this, you know.
Yeah. Like you said earlier, you know, Kia, what my father said, there's a plot to enslave us all. And it's so true. And what they have done to me ever since I was little, you know, these people in power of all of us, they think they can buy and sell us like we're slaves. They used me my whole life. I was right there when they were, you know, buying and selling me and using me for all their evil deeds because I was son of our former president. How can these people well, I know how. They have no remorse for what they do. It's all about money. It's all about power to them. They have no remorse on what they do to the people. It's sad.
John, can I get you to move over just a little bit in the camera? Just yes, that's great. Yes.
Is
yes.
Rena going to
I'm
talk?
going the wrong way here. Left is right and right is left.
Right, I know. Rena, Ryan wants to know if you want to come on. He wants to see you.
Because, well, I know she may not want to be seen, but I don't know. But I know she taught me about these are demons. You know, and that was far from my mind. I mean, I know they were bad. I thought they were bad people. But we've been dealing with demons, especially in the court system. Woo, boy. So she taught me that, you know, because Rena knows a lot. And John and Rena, when I talk, they haven't even talked to each other, but they say the same thing from what they've been through, you know. And Rena told me, she said they harvest our energy. And I've learned a lot. That's why I thank God for you, Rena.
Yes, they are definitely satanic. Definitely.
Yes.
You know, they believe in evil and they put it out there for all of us to see. And they get the power off of, you know, they do their evil deeds and they put it in front of the whole world because they have the power to put it in front of the whole world. And they thrive off of us. Hollywood and the entertainment industry. They put it right there in front of us. Whether it's songs or lyrics or TV shows, you know, they call it programming, and that's
for
what
a reason.
They take the story and make money off of it. That's crazy.
Oh, and with that, there's so many fake accounts of me out there. People be extremely careful. If you're looking up John Kennedy Jr., just make sure it's the real me. I had 45,000 followers on TikTok. I think 6 or 7 of them, fake accounts of me, popped up, and they took my real account down and left all the fakes. The other day, I seen there was fakes on Facebook also. They're still trying to steal my identity. They stole it when I was 10. You know, with George, you know, Mr. Pretty Boy, that everybody thought was JFK, but they do some sneaky stuff. They put it right out there. And the world didn't catch it, but hopefully we can wake people up to what they're doing. Identity theft, it's huge. Kidnapping, you know, this is all about the children. With that said, I want to thank everybody for their love gifts lately. I announced, me and Robin, we agreed that we were going to help a family that was more needier than us for Christmas. And I announced it on Sue's show. And kids are going to have the best Christmas this year ever. They got sneakers that I didn't even need. These sneakers light up and everything. So these little kids are going to have a great Christmas. And I just want to shout out to everybody that sent Amazon gifts and stuff for these children. Thank you so much. It's awesome.
As a matter of fact, if anybody is, as you listen to John's story, if you desire to bless him or support him, because he's been going through a lot. You know, when you are coming out and you're talking against the deep state, they can keep you from getting jobs.
Yes.
They control the people that you meet. You think you are meeting somebody that's going to help you. This person was sent in by the deep state. So any gift that you give to them would be so much more appreciated. This is his Cash App that B Price put up for us. Thank you, Sister Price. Is that Sister Price or Brother Price? I can't see. I think it's Sister Price.
That's Brenda. Yeah, Brenda.
That's Brenda.
I mentioned earlier, I think she's on 16 or 17 accounts on TikTok. Bless her heart. She's a lion. Thank all the lions. We're going to get it out. And it's because of people just like her that we're going to get the truth out and get a lot of justice for a lot of people.
Hold on. Somebody's asking me, people are asking me if I could send the Rumble channel. Okay, because they can't see us. Okay. The YouTube is lagging bad and they can't hear us. So I'm going to send you guys this Rumble channel right here. Is it okay, John, if I just ask you to share a little bit of your story with the family that may not have heard your story? And I can ask you a few questions if that's okay.
I'm sorry. I was talking to Robin had just posted that sharing that we were going live,
Oh, okay.
and she made a video real quick while we were chatting, and they took it
That's
down.
awesome.
They
Thank
what?
you.
They took it down before it even posted.
The truth.
You have that where it says
Right there.
The truth. They don't want the truth out. I want the family to know. Sorry.
I touched the button.
I want the family to know just how heinous and terrible these people are. Hold on, family. I'm really trying to send people that I'm not being rude. What's that, John?
They took it down.
This says removed for violating community guidelines, and she just posted it 7 minutes ago, and all it was a picture of me sitting here with you guys saying, "Hey, we're live," and they took it down.
Wow. They are working overtime.
That means we got to work harder, Lions, with a share and a prayer. Hit that share button.
Hit the share button, family. And buy the book. Buying the book helps because you can learn the information quickly and you can share the book. Is that right?
And got receipts.
And we're going to repost this. We're going to repost our live every which way we can. So if you're unable to watch it for a certain reason, don't give up because we'll keep posting it.
And in his book, he has the facts. You can go and look it up. Because I was like, whoa. And I was like, I mean, I got stuck on some things because I wanted to know what was going on.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So he had a lot. It's a lot.
We got it back up, people.
Yay. Ooh, that's a nice picture.
Robin's sneaky like that, taking my picture when I'm not paying attention.
Robin.
So, John, let me ask you this question. I just want to ask you a few questions, short questions, just so people can get a feel for who you are. Let us know, how old were you when your dad passed away?
I keep saying I was 3, and then this wonderful lady I had met, and she's been giving me advice, says, no, you weren't 3. Mm-hmm. When his casket drove by and I did the salute for the media, the big photo op, everybody knows the photo op of me saluting. That was my birthday. So my father passed away a couple of days before I actually turned 3.
Okay. Mm. Wow. And then what happened? Go ahead, Ron. You asked.
That picture that they keep showing, that's you, because it looked like you. So why they keep saying it's the other person? Right.
No, it's me 100%. All the pictures are of me up to the age of 9 or 10. All of them. They did not put George Onassis to steal my identity until I was 10 years old. The deep state, the cabal, they put us in school right next to each other. He sat at a desk one up from me when we were in school, but they put us together. That way people saw us together. So when I got whisked away, he became me. And that's how they do their evil deeds. It's planned. It's probably been going on for years and years. Organized crime, the deep state, whatever you want to call it, that's how they make their money. And look at those big old ears and that pug nose.
It looks like you, John.
Robin actually took that photo, and she did the artificial intelligence where you age progress. Mm-hmm. And it scared me because it looked just like me. Wow. It's all done with computer. They took that picture and they aged me up to the age of 60, and boom, here I am.
So you mentioned George. George is your stepbrother by Aristotle Onassis and his mistress, correct?
Yeah, I was always told he was my brother. And I was like, there's no way he was my brother. I always said that in the back of my head. Well, in reality, he was, because my mother married his father and his father had a mistress, and they had George together. You know, these billionaires, they don't advertise what they do. So they had a child in secret. That's why George Magazine, he wanted to bring his name out. What was his name on the what was it tonight? Not the Tonight Show, where they did the interview where he was asked, what would you think if your name was David? I think me and you did a show earlier about that. And he came out and said, I recommend it. I recommend identity theft, basically is what he was saying on national TV. But that's, you know, they stole billions of dollars. I've met so many people doing, thank you. I've met so many people doing research, digging up information, because I'm so busy trying to get hot water hooked up. I don't have time to do videos and things here lately. So I just thank all of you Lions, all of you for doing some digging. Much thanks to everybody that does a little research for me. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. So you actually grew up with the boy who became a man that replaced you. That's
and
crazy.
Was told he was my stepbrother. And he was. You know, my whole life I didn't believe it. But yeah, he actually was through a mistress. Through marriage. So he wasn't really my brother, but he was.
How are they going to fix this now? Because you're here. So where's George if he's supposed to be you? So where did George go?
He went into the ocean with his wife and his wife's sister.
No. I'm saying, I know that, but how would they say, because you're the real one, so they have to come up, because that's George. I even saw the magazine, George Magazine. I mean, so who is George? We know who he is, but, for the people that don't know, why do you have this magazine called George? Why do you call it George? You know what I'm saying? Because you're the real one.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like they need to,
Yeah, I imagine he really wanted, you imagine living a life of somebody else your entire life, and what would build up inside you, thinking, I lived a life, a fake life, and I can't even tell people who I am. So George Magazine, what a great idea. And we'll say it was George Washington.
Yeah, that's what
if I had a magazine and I was going to come out and I was going to put Dr. Kia on the front page, I'd call it JFK Magazine. I wouldn't call it George.
Right.
Wow.
So you talked about in your book how once they took away your mom and your dad, they sold you to the Quigley family. Is this something that happens at the highest level in Hollywood and politics, where they sell the children to another strange family?
Actually, they didn't sell me to the Quigleys. A guy, I believe my handler named Wayne, actually purchased me. And then he paid the Quigleys so he could come by with their MK Ultra anytime. Wayne basically owned me, but I was placed with any way you put it, Wayne was my handler. Wayne, double agent. Our government is full of double agents, but they think they can buy and sell a human being. And there's so many coming out now to the truth. Well, Ron knows, his what he knows about the knowledge in the music industry.
Yes.
It's that way in Hollywood, in the film industry. It's even in sports. It's in the media that they have gotten so big.
Yeah.
And it's all over money and power and secrecy. It's huge, but they are a huge organization, but they're falling. We're going to take them down. I shouldn't say they're huge. They're small.
Even in the school system too.
Oh,
the school system is a part of the cabal?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. And Child Protective Services.
Yes.
Oh man, it's huge. You know, if they're a part of the government, you all the way to the veterans hospitals, they have got, you know, organized crime. They've gotten their fingers in everything they possibly can make a dollar on. It's sad, and you know, we're gonna change things about this child trafficking and kidnapping and what they do to children, and you know, we're gonna break their bonds so they can't own these children and profit off of them anymore. We're gonna do what we can.
Right.
Oh, excuse me, Ron, you froze. We can hear you, but we can't see you. I mean, we can see you and hear you. I'm sorry, but your picture froze. Oh, there you go. Here you go.
See me? Okay.
Okay, so I did send you another link just in case you needed to go out and come back in, but we can see you now.
Oh, you see me? Okay.
Yeah, he's breaking up here and there on my side too.
Can you go out and come back in, Ron?
Okay, all right.
Okay, thank you, darling.
Okay.
Thank you. John, people are asking me questions. They're wondering, so why would the cabal unalive their own when they unalive George? Why would they do that if they control him and own him? That's what somebody asked me in the
because
comments.
They have rules.
Okay.
And with those rules, I believe George Onassis, my stepbrother, killed Bill Clinton's mistress, his own mother, because they knew there was no blood relation. Jackie Kennedy supposedly died of cancer. I was right there when she said she thought the children had poisoned her. I was right there. With that said, how much money did Donald Trump make? How much money did George make? How much money did Caroline, the fake ones, make on unaliving her? Millions and millions. My father, I just had somebody doing a little research about my father. My father was worth billions of dollars. Billions with a B. Not only him, but my stepfather. So I had two fathers. They were both billionaires.
Okay.
And they unalived them both. And where did that money go? It went to people using identity theft. Just the replacement of me. Just, hey, I see a lot clearer now, Ron.
I do too.
just the replacement of me, my mom Jackie that I saw shot down, my sister that I never saw probably after the age of 9. Those three replacements made them billions from two sides of the family. And they used my mom, my fake mom, to remarry a billionaire. And now there's a fake one out there with billions of dollars at her access, and she's not even my sister. Billions. And nobody's hearing us. We're out here sharing. Hey, Caroline Kennedy was unalived. Who is the ambassador to Japan? Who is the ambassador to Australia? Who is this lady that stole my sister's identity that is filthy freaking rich right now? Where's our FBI? Where's our Secret Service? Where's any of these people saying, Caroline, we understand you're not even Caroline. What's up? It's not happening. They can't prove me wrong. They'll just keep hindering us and making us, try to be silent. But we're like I said earlier, we're kicking ass. We're taking names.
And just know that everything that we're talking about with them, that's all corporate, and that's all coming down. It's all coming down.
They are falling. They really are. They're being exposed each and every day. I talked to a man the other day. He said it's all planned.
Yes.
Can't wake people up too fast because everybody will be walking around going, "Wow, I'm in shock now." So they're doing it little by little.
Yeah.
Just waking people up a little at a time, saying, "Hey, you've all been lied to. You've all been fooled. These people that are in control really aren't the nicest people in the world." But they're doing it slow. I wish it'd be bang overnight.
Me too. I'm ready to stand up now.
I know. Is there a possibility? I know you might not be able to say too much, John, but is there a possibility that when the Republic stands up or is restored, that I don't know how I say this, that you could like come out and work with the Republic?
I would love to get people just like you two and the Lions to help make this world a better place. I really would. I'd stand up and say, hey, all we got to do to help the homeless is this right here. All we got to do to stop the drugs flowing into this country is this and this. All we got to do to put more food on every American table and people around the world is do this. A stroke of the pen. We could fix so many things. They don't want it done, but we could. Us three right here on this show, we can figure out ways to help the homeless overnight. We could find a way to fight inflation. It would be so easy for us. So yeah, I would love to get on board and help make this world a better place.
Well, what I would do is because that's why I say after this, I have a meeting with the Republic, the one that was started when your father, they actually saved it. And, and when your father started that, it was this one guy. You all probably need to research him. And they took him through the same thing that they took you through, kind of similar. And he was in prison. I mean, it's just a mess. And so the Republic is here to do exactly what you're saying for the people, because I'm actually working with it. Who would ever think I would be working with the House of Representatives? Not me. But when they did this to my family, and when they did this to you, John and Rena, and then, with all these other things going on, I'm like, okay, I'll stand up. I will. And when I went in, I told, I don't want any mess. I just want it straightforward. If we're going to follow the Constitution, let's follow it. Just like it was when Kennedy was in. And everybody's doing that. It just hadn't stepped up yet, but it's about to, because what you're going to see, you see my hand, this is how it is right now.
Can you move closer to the mic? I can't hear you that well.
Okay, my hands are like this.
Okay.
It's going like this now. And they're going to be gone. Just like you said, John, it's you can't just tell everybody, boom, this is it, because people will freak out. So I feel that strategically, the power of God has been using us to bring this out. And using you, John and Rena, as the key people, because you've been through this. You actually went through it and you survived. And that's good for the people to see. And that you and Rena and all the other ones I know that are still alive, when you all actually come out, because you will be coming out, because the Republic is standing. So when all that happened, I mean, your day is here. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be working with this if it wasn't, because I would be like, okay, because I'm straight with it. I'm like, okay, I ain't doing this. But I'm telling the people, it is happening right now. You can even go to the site, Republic for the United States of America, and become the member. We have a lot of people that's standing up. And I'm standing up for John and Rena and my son, Aaron, because I feel like I'm connected. I am connected. So I just want to let the people know this man is real. I mean, they did this to him. And and this is something that touched me, because I mean, this is something that's really, it's going to wake people up. When this man looked just like his father. Come on now. I mean, just look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Y'all looking at it. Look at him.
And he looks like the 4-year-old. He looks like his 4-year-old self.
Yeah. This ain't no mask.
So it's as real as it gets. And we're waking them up. We're waking them up. We're working hard to wake people up to kidnapping, torture, and so many other things that they do.
Yes.
Did you experience that, John? Did you actually experience torture and witness it? Torture of children?
Just so many times. Yeah, over and over and over again. I was telling somebody the other day, they would move me around from place to place, and I would be tortured at one house. And this one guy, and I remember this from when I was a kid, he's like, how come every time you come over here, you crawl up into a ball in the corner? And it's because I was waiting for you to kick the crap out of me. And I was just a little kid then. But yeah, I was thrown in a dog cage and drugged. I was, beat. I would think, oh, the good guys are going to help me out now. And the next thing I know, I'm getting punched in the face and kicked like a dog. A lot of torture, sexually and physically, quite a bit.
By the guys that you thought were good too, or just bad guys? Oh, shoot.
Yeah, so, well, I even said one time I was picked up by Wayne, and I was like, he was taking me from a house to another house. I was like, all right, we're gonna get the, I'm going, get my story out, that I get my identity back. And I walked into a backyard, and the minute I walked back, I started getting a beating, thrown in a dog cage. They took extortion pictures of me. This was before 1975, before my mom was killed and Aristotle was killed. So they were taking pictures of me actually in a dog cage. They asked me to grab some newspapers while I was in the dog cage and lay them out. And while they did that, they had bloodied my shirt. I had a white T-shirt on. They punched me in the nose, and I had a nosebleed. It got all over my white shirt. They had me take that shirt off, put on another shirt, ordered me in a dog cage. But yeah, quite a bit of stuff like that, a lot.
Are some of these people still alive?
I really hope not. And they wouldn't be welcome at my house anyway. But I was, that was when I was 13 years old. I'm 64 now. I just had a birthday. But
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. These people were a lot older. Like when I believe that my sister was unalived. The man that actually had the little children there to participate in my sister's unalivement. I hate having code words like that.
I know
he was actually a gray-haired bald man. So that was 50 something years ago. So it's unlikely he's alive, but a lot of people, probably are unalive.
John, how did you get away? Like what was the defining moment where you just said, I'm not taking this anymore? What happened?
Well, I had left. So I became a truck driver, and to get away, I spent many years in a truck. I can't even count all the truck driving jobs I had trying to stay alive. If I felt that my life was in danger, I would quit and I would find another truck driving job, halfway across the United States and start over. Maybe it was for a week or another month or 6 months until I thought my life was in danger again. I'd keep moving around. And yeah, I forgot what I was talking to you about, Kia. What you're
No, we're trying to figure out how you were able to get away. What was the defining moment?
Yeah, I did. I got away from the Quigleys and I stayed away from the Quigleys, but they had my son in their control. So they had him and used him, and was, well, how come you don't come see your son and that kind of thing. So they had, using him against me. I really wish I could have spent more time and been more into his life. But yeah, they had that. And then like if I was on the East Coast and they were in California, they would say, hey, we're sorry for how we treated you. And, I've come to find out it's typical of a handler family like them. And the brainwashing they do, 1 minute they're trying to kill you, and the next minute they're telling you how much they love you. But they would say, "Oh, we're sorry. Come back to California and see us." And then I would go back to California to see them, and they'd start the same shit. The attempts on my life, and yeah,
it's typical too. It's typical of handlers and people in abuse situations for the abuser to abuse you and then give you flowers or give you a gift and tell you they're sorry. And what we learned about in psychology, they call it the cycle of abuse. And you can actually fall in love with your handler. You can forgive your handler because you believe that they really are sorry. And then they abuse you again. Then they apologize. Then they abuse you again. So I can relate just the aspect of being a counselor.
Yeah, and that's the way it works.
John, what can you say to Rena since she's listening? Because some of the things that you're saying, it's still happening. Some of them, not all of it. What can you say to her to encourage her?
Just stay strong. Don't ever give up. Stay safe, most of all. But, you know, I really don't know the whole situation. So I don't want to, you know, give advice that I shouldn't.
Well, I could say it's similar to the handlers are still there, you know, still there. So, like, I mean, I just.
Well, what I had to do is break all ties.
Yeah.
All ties. I have not seen the Quigleys in 10 years, maybe 11 years. I haven't had any. Yeah. I don't want to see them either.
Yeah.
Because, you know, just like I said earlier, you know, if I talk to them or, you know, when my son passed away, Robin, I asked her to let them know I didn't want to even contact them. And because I didn't want them saying, oh, you know, we loved you your whole life and you're just hallucinating and, you know, nothing really happened. It's all in your mind. You know, all those drugs you took over the years really messed up your mind. We're really good people. You know, they just keep going on and on.
On and on.
And you know, I would be the guilty one, not them.
Yeah.
In your book, you talk about knowing celebrities like Denzel Washington, and you show pictures of you with him as a child and some other child actors. Were the people that we see today on television groomed to be on? Yeah. Okay, they were groomed for Hollywood, groomed for presidency.
They call it considered their family. So if it's just like the music industry, they all consider, you know, there's my brother-in-law described it really good once. He said there's 100 people that can play guitar wonderful, beautiful, better than any of these people in the spotlight, but they're never going to be in the spotlight because they're not signing the contract with the devil.
Right.
That's deep. Wow. And you even talk about what happens
when you don't come after you and try to make you, but you it's up to you. Once you sign, that's it. But it's up to you. And when you say no, it's like they're still going to come anyway. But if you strong, no, I'm not doing this, you know, and then, you know, they'll come after you, but you'll make it through as long as you don't sign with them.
And if you don't go with their program, I mean, I could go on and on.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson and Prince. And, you know, there's so many people that were going with the program and probably, you know, piss somebody off.
Yeah.
And once you're in, you'll make more money for them dead than alive. You really will. Once you get in that door, I can guarantee you Prince made more money after he was gone. And Michael Jackson made more money after he was gone. And, you know, I'm so bad with names. There's names at the top of my head, but there's quite a few others.
Speaking about being a part of their cult or about a part of their culture, in the book, you even talk about people like Lacey Peterson and her husband that unalived her and the Jim Jones situation. A lot of us just thought these were random people, but it seems like you actually knew these people. Like they were a part of the Hollywood family. Is that correct?
And it's not really the Hollywood family. It's the family in general, because the family is so big, you know, like we were saying, from the sporting, you know, Kobe Bryant and, you know, the sporting industry, the music industry, They're so big. It's not just Hollywood. It's massively huge.
It is.
College, college, sports, to then professional sports, and all the way to the casinos, and it's and then all the way to Walmart, Target.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the owners of those companies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, them the ones that. Yeah.
Hillary Clinton sat on the board of Walmart. See, that's a whole nother thing. But now there's a Walmart in every town, and who's making all that money? I knew Sam Walton. Sam Walton started Walmart. Sam Walton started Sam's Club that turned into Walmart. Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, they did the same thing to his family. His son died in a plane crash. You go with their program, or you better not fly.
And you also said if you can be part of their program, but you have to pay up. Like the preacher guy, he didn't want to pay up, and I guess what's his name? Jim Jones. What happened in that situation?
He didn't pay up, and he unalived one of the family members. We were talking about John George, why they took him out.
Yes.
Why did they take? Because it's a big family, considered a big family. So why did they take out Jim Jones? Because he wasn't paying up to the family. And then when the family went to ask him to pay up, they unalived him. So now you just unalived a family member.
Mm-hmm.
So they took out his whole. Did they take out his whole congregation?
They took out everybody they could. Yes, hundreds. I believe there was 600-700 people they took out. Jeez. They had them all supposedly drink Kool-Aid with cyanide in it, but it was all planned. There was a senator from California went to go talk to Jim Jones, and basically, they don't say why he went there, but I know why he went there. He went to go tell Reverend Jim Jones to pay up. You're part of our family. You owe us money. He went there. He told him, you got to pay up, and they unalived him. Now, he just unalived a family member, a fellow member of the cabal. What are they going to do? They can't look weak. Well, how do they look powerful? They're going to kill 600 people and put it on every TV channel there is. Look what happens when you kill one of us. We'll kill 600 of you. That's what they did.
Oh.
And I was there.
You were there.
I was there. My job after I was there was to put bodies in, we call them tin cans in the military. I was in the special forces in the military. But there was dead bodies everywhere. And my job, they had picnic tables all lined up. And my job was to put a tin can on each picnic table. I would get a body. And I had help with other military men. But we would put that body on that picnic table in the makeshift coffin. And then people would come and try to identify the bodies and actually who they were so they could tell their family and loved ones, hey, they're deceased. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they had me doing that. And it's not a pretty job, but that's the cabal. That is the cabal.
Wow.
That's crazy. Like, I'm speechless. This is, and family, if you want to hear more about his story in detail, I would highly recommend this book. This book is called Stolen Identity. Unveiling the real John Kennedy Jr. by John Kennedy Jr. This is what it looks like. You can buy it on Amazon. And on the back, it says John Kennedy Jr. is the son of the former United States President, John F. Kennedy, the former President John F. Kennedy. At the age of 9, he was placed in the Federal Witness Protection Program and replaced by the man that the world knew as John F. K. Jr. Stolen Identity is the shocking true story of John F. Kennedy Jr., who was replaced at 9 by a body double nicknamed by the underworld as John John. While his replacement lived a life of privilege and luxury, the true heir to the Kennedy legacy struggled with adversity, poverty, and profound trauma. This gripping autobiography challenges the very foundations of readers' perceptions of the American government and the fate of the Kennedy family. After years of living in obscurity, the real John Kennedy Jr. is ready to unravel the long-concealed truths about himself and his iconic family. So we recommend you go to Amazon.com. The book is less than $20, or you can get the Kindle version for less than $10 and write a review. Write a review, buy the book, share it with your friends and family members so that we can get this story out. Because learning about what happened to John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. actually teaches us what's going on in the government, what's going on in mainstream media, Hollywood, entertainment industry, athletics, sports, even as he mentioned in college. They're all interconnected. It's deep.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You know, I said if this book would go number one, and it's not about the money, people. The money helps, but if this book could go number one, the mainstream media, the regime that's running, you know, Donald Trump's got it right. They're corrupt. They're running things. But if it could go number one, they would have to acknowledge it. They would have to bring it to people's attention and say, hey, there's somebody out there saying he's John Kennedy, you know. So, yeah, it helps. And thank you so much for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I will be bringing this to the Republic because, I mean, I'll bring it to them because they know me. I don't mind speaking my mind because, I mean, if you want, you know, it got to be, it's the truth. I mean, I can just feel it because I've been in this stuff. So, you know, and I know how they do. So I feel it. So I will mention it to them. And this is, you know, it has to come out. You know what I'm saying? And we're at the end. I'm telling you, this is it. 2025. We are.
That's it.
We alive, and we're gonna make, you know, because I'm telling you, I know it may sound, me, the House Rep of Georgia, please, I will speak up, speak out, tell it, whatever, because there's not going to be any more people dying behind this, because it's all about love, joy, what your father was putting out. I'm telling you, I remember these people from Florida, because I always say I used to sing at the La Trattoria. The La Trattoria. I used to sing the La Trattoria in Palm Beach. I used to sing there as a little boy. I was about 15, 16. I wasn't supposed to be in there, but I would dress up and go sing. And I met some of the people that John knows. And it was Jaja, and I forgot the name of them, but they all used to come see me sing.
What?
I believe I was placed in this for this time because God strategically did this. God already knew that John, his child, was going to be speaking up. You know, already knew that. We was just doing it. We think we hear something, but we're really listening to the script from within. They have a script out here. Well, there's a script in here. And that's what we've been doing. And and I want to tell you this, John. When you was going through all of that, it was the power of God that covered you. That's how you made it. Even the things that you've been through and the hitting and all this stuff, you're still here, so you were covered. And now you're part of the plan to destroy this.
Yeah, it's a small world. It's a small world. I was told it's a small world, you know, and me hearing that from you when, you know, placed when you were a kid, I don't have the words to say it, but that's what it was. You were placed, and you didn't go with the program.
No. I told them to this point, I don't even like Lamborghinis. Like me, I'm from Florida. Come on.
You country.
Lamborghini, please. You know, and I told them that. You know, I told them I don't even like Lamborghinis. I had to give up all those songs, which I didn't care because I didn't like the songs anyway. So, but they did all these songs for me and wanted me to do these songs. And I said no, because I'm not going to be doing this stuff. I'm not going to Dubai. I'm not doing any of that.
God bless you.
You know, and I just thank God for meeting real people. You, Kia, Rena, you know, and John, and it's more. Even what's his name? Satterway, Jay-Z's alleged son. I've interviewed him before.
Wow.
So we have a lot of people out here that are hidden. But when the Republic stand up, they all coming back. So y'all
We
get
need to interview him, Ron. We need to interview him and let the people meet him. I know you have already.
I'll reach out to him, yeah.
Do you guys have some time for John to answer questions so people don't they think I'm not ignoring you, family. I just want to make sure we let John talk as much as he
Oh,
desires and then
I would love to.
okay. Okay. Oh, people are saying much love to Rockin' Robin. Hi, Robin.
Hey, hi, Robin.
Hi.
That's John's
Rock and
companion
rock.
that the Lord sent to him.
One question you can ask somebody. I just seen a comment saying they're not a believer. I would like to know why. I want to know why you're not a believer. Tell me. We don't have a script here, and you're not part of the script. So ask your question. What would make you wake up to the truth and stop believing their lies?
Come on, family. Ask the question. Somebody asked, "Where is Henry?" Who? I don't know who Henry is. Do you know who that is?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, Henry, you actually made him a moderator on your channel once. True Lion, wonderful guy.
He get all the stuff.
We became friends, and yeah, he's awesome. He's my brother, sharing my story.
Yeah.
They kicked him off of I think he's on X now, but they had kicked him off of TikTok, I believe. But he went around photocopying the picture of my book, putting it at the post office. He even sent me a picture one time. He went to the gas station and got gas and taped my picture of my book right at the gas pump. Awesome guy to get the truth out, Henry. He said he'd watch it. He might be on here, but yeah, he said, I shared your link with him earlier, and he said, I'll be there, brother. So he's probably.
And for that one person that don't believe, just research and don't go to Google, because Google is a part of the problem. But research it, because you know what? Even with I'm gonna tell you this. Even with my story, I'm reading the links, and they just now this is crazy, but it was funny to me at the time, even though it was stupid to say. They were telling me the father is retarded, calling my son retarded because he kept taking the child back to school. You have to know how the cabal work. If you don't do it, they will take you and they will put you in prison. And so to say that, I want that person to really research, because John has nothing to gain from this. It's like he's lost everything. And we're here because I know, because I go within. I know from within what's going on. That's inside where God is the power. So for you that don't believe it, research. Don't keep listening to these people. The movie, just because such and such said it is right. No, it's not. It's not right. So you got to research and search from inside. Listen to that inner man, that inner voice inside of you to show you the way. Because it's not a debate. It's here to let you know this man and Rena they've been destroyed by these demons. And so that's why I'm so into it. Because I'm a demon fighter. You come at me, I'm coming back.
Demon Slayer. Thank you for that. Yeah, we gotta research for ourselves. And like you said, we can't depend on Google because they'll lie to us. They're controlled by
and get the book and look at what he put in the book, so you can go yourself and see what's going on. Because that's what I did. He put it in there. I'm like, dang. So I go in and look. This stuff is coming from them. So he took their stuff and put it in the book, what they did to him.
And why aren't they suing him? Why? They know who he is.
Because they don't want me in a court of law to prove them wrong, and then they have to pay me billions of dollars.
And I'm going to say this. I want him to get back what the enemy has stolen. That's what I want him to get back. And I don't want any of it. I just want him to be restored.
Yes. I don't want any of it either. Because we received victory when John received victory.
Yeah.
What do you say? Justice for John is justice for us all.
Yeah.
Yeah. 24, but this year's almost up, people. So hit that share button. There's a couple questions I seen on the chat here that I'd like to answer real
Okay.
quick.
Okay, go ahead.
One was, is my brother Patrick still alive?
Let me see if I can find
As
that.
far as I know, I was such a young kid that my brother Patrick was killed just after birth. Not
Okay.
killed, but unalived right after birth. And if he was put with another family for his own safety, I would not say, because it was for his own safety. So I really
see
don't
that.
know.
Okay.
And another one is was Wayne.
Yeah, it's Wayne 107. You heard of 107?
Wayne. People ask me all the time about Wayne because he's mysterious. Under MK Ultra, you can think Mickey Mouse is Marilyn Monroe. It's that powerful tool. With Wayne was the most powerful man I have ever known. I'm scared to death of Wayne. Not that I'm scared of anybody, but Wayne is so powerful. He could point his finger and people would be unalived. Robin said once, I would like to meet Wayne. No, Robin, you do not want to meet Wayne, because when Wayne's around, people are unalived. He was the most powerful man I've ever met in my entire life. His crew was so big. It's scary. It's really scary. So I don't, he would not. Wayne was an advisor to all the past presidents. He told the presidents of the United States what to do. He was that powerful of a man. He would tell Bill Clinton. He would tell Ronald Reagan. He would tell the Bushes, so on, so forth. He would tell them what to do. He was at the head of the cabal or a double agent, but so he scares the heck out of me. People ask me about him all the time, and they try to figure him out, but my advice is don't even try. He's probably not alive anymore, because he would be, 80 years old or whatever. But yeah, he's one man that scared me.
We don't want to know. Thank you. Now, what about Maria Callas? Were she and Clinton lovers? Somebody asked.
With that said, when my father was alive, the whole society, like my stepfather, Hollywood, they had open sex. Get on my father's yacht, huge yacht. I would have to go to my room and go to bed, but they would all have orgies or whatever you want to call it. Open sex with people. Was Clinton lovers with Marie Callas? I don't know, but she was. Bill Clinton was lovers with. I'm a personal eyewitness. Bill Clinton was lovers with the fake Jackie. So when Bill Clinton was the president of the United States, what would happen to George Onassis if he took the life of Bill Clinton's lover? It was Hillary. Everybody says Hillary Clinton killed George Onassis, killed John Kennedy Jr., the fake me. Everybody's saying Hillary. No, it was Bill that was behind it, because they were lovers. I mean, I know it was. I was there when Bill Clinton groped my mother's crotch. So they, Bill Clinton and my fake mother, and I say fake mother because she was a clone, she was a double, she, had dental work, plastic surgery to become my mom after my mom was killed, to steal all the money, billions of dollars. And Bill Clinton was her lover. And they were at my father's, the JFK library, looking like they were in love big time. There's a photo of Bill Clinton and my fake mom, like they were getting ready to kiss at my father's library ceremony. It's sickening, it's sad, but that's my 2 cents. And was I a personal eyewitness that Bill Clinton said, make George Onassis, make John Kennedy Jr. dead? No, I wasn't there. But what would, if you had the power to be, of the president of the United States, and somebody just killed your lover, what are you going to do?
Retaliate.
Mm.
Was Lou Barletta a son of Aristotle Onassis, or is he really Alexander? I don't know Lou Barletta. Do you know Lou Barletta?
No, I'm not familiar with that name. Alexander Onassis died in my arms when I was 13 years old.
Oh, wow.
I was on a plane, his plane in Greece, and the mechanic that was sitting in the passenger seat after we were in midair shot my brother right in the temple.
Mm.
I was 13. I clawed the seats because we were crashing. I broke my arm in that crash. When we hit the ground, I put my brother's head in my arms, and he was deceased. They took my brother from that crash, took him to the hospital, and pretended he was alive for a day and a half or 2 days.
Mm.
But I'm a personal eyewitness. I was there on what happened, and I'm a personal eyewitness that they hung the man responsible for that.
Mm.
There's a lot that, people say, oh, well, I didn't read that in the news. It wasn't in all the newspapers. Well,
Not going to be in the news.
Billionaires don't advertise what they do. They are so powerful. They can actually have somebody hung that kills their children, and it's not announced to the world.
Yes. And that makes me want to ask you another question that Ron and I talked about earlier, but I'll get on with these questions right here before we get into that. RFK Jr. was replaced. Mel Gibson and Sean Penn are playing him, Brenda Price says. Okay. Wow. So they have people that are playing the actors, playing these people that we.
They even got movies coming out now. I've seen the previews of people wearing masks and pretending to be people in the movies now. It's getting big that they're exposing these people, and what our CIA and Hollywood together can do with identity theft. It's huge. It's huge.
Speaking of identity theft, should we even bring it up, Ron?
Let's bring it up.
Because, people get upset when you bring it up.
Yeah. Okay. I got a question.
Okay.
I mean, you know what I'm getting ready to ask.
I know what you're going to say.
In your book, it says that your cousin, Donald J. Trump, was unalived in a plane crash. And so we and all the other people would like to know, is that true?
100%. Okay. What do the cabal do? They come to kill, steal, and destroy.
You preach.
They put it right out there, right in your face. They made a fake president. Our commander-in-chief is not even who he says he is. It's the biggest lie in history. It really is. It is the biggest lie in history, and they're putting it right out there, and people are buying it, and they think there's a savior, but there's no savior. I've shared for quite a few years that if you think about it, there's only two candidates to vote for in the end, and if they are put in place years before, I knew Barack Obama before he became president. I knew he was under control and under the power. And Wayne even said, well, you think he would be a good president? And I said, yeah, I think he'd be a good president. And he became president. The power of Wayne. It's crazy. I could go on about how I actually knew him, but that's another interview. But yeah. And I will say, while we're getting ready to get all kind of hate comments, this right here, that photo op you seen just like that. I mean, I think they even put it on a coin now. Never in a million years would our Secret Service have allowed that to happen. If there is an active shooter on the scene, you don't allow the person you are protecting to stand up and get another bullet. You don't. It don't happen, but they did because Hollywood, working with our Secret Service, let him go like this, so it would be on every newspaper and all over the internet the very next day. You think that right there helped make people vote for him to be president? It was a photo op, just like me doing the salute. When I was turning 3 years old, I did this. It was planned. It was rehearsed. They had me in my bedroom for hours showing me how to do a salute. And now that's one of the most popular pictures of me there is. And I'm telling you, it was Hollywood. It was rehearsed. It was by members of the cabal to build me up. Just like the picture of the big T going like this. It's fake, people. And people really died because of it. They wanted a movie. They wanted it all over the news. They got it. And people are buying it. But if you really think about it, our Secret Service, they've never, ever would have allowed a man that was just shot at in the ear to stand up to take another bullet. Ever. This is the best security in the world that allows you to stand up for a photo op. It never would have happened unless it was a photo.
And you know, I can say that a lot of that was staged, and and from what I've learned, that it's how can I say it? Everything has to end how it began. We're at the end of it now. So they staged it in the beginning, they staged it in the end. So now, even though I got 10 minutes now, well, I got to go for the Republic meeting. Okay. But I just wanted to say before I go that there is a Republic, and it's what John F. Kennedy Sr. said he wanted. And every meeting we have is prayer, is talking about the Kennedys, the family, is talking about, the Constitution, everything that he stood for. Now, there are actors playing right now, and what you saw was an actor. And now, but when we step up, it's real. And that's what we're doing now for all of us, because everything is before it was the top down. Now it's the bottom up. So the people at the bottom is down. You see what I'm saying? Make sure I get it right. The people that were at the top, they're going to the bottom. And we, the people, are at the top. Because that's what they're teaching me now in this Republic. Everything stands behind what your father said. And I can tell you this because that's what our meetings are about. And it's all regular people. So if you are interested, you need to reach out. You can hit up Dr. Kia, and because they need more people to take care of the states. All of the national people, like the House, the Senate, all of those people are ready to go. And the good military is waiting on us now. And so when this happens, this how come I know that your story is coming out. And I know that, all these people that are behind the scenes or been, unalive, they're getting ready to come out. So I would like the world to know that, and know that the Republic is here and it is standing. So I'm going to get for this meeting, and Dr. Kia, I'll be calling you to let you know, because we're going to actually have Timothy Turner on the meeting tonight. The man that saved the Republic from what JFK Sr. started. Okay. But I did want to let you know that, John, and I'm going to do everything. I am going to let them know, because this is something that needs to come out, and it needs to be real. Because if you're going to be the Republic, then we need to put back into the people, and you are the people.
Beautiful. Thank you, Ron.
All right. I love
you. And I know you have to leave us.
I love
Thank you,
brother.
I'll be calling you. I check on y'all all the time, John.
Thank you.
And you too, Rena and Dr. Kia. Love y'all.
I love you too. Okay. We'll talk to you soon, Ron. Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Peace, brother. John, I just want to let you know that there is a guy, and I told you this, and I told the audience this, by the name of Benjamin Fulford, who is a geopolitical analyst, and he's been talking about the deep state for a long time. Many years he's been saying that Donald Trump perished in 1989 in a plane crash, and people would come for him and say, "You're lying. How can you say this?" But most recently, he said it again. You said it. He said it. There's somebody on Twitter who says she's a part of the Kaluni family. I guess are the Kennedys the Kalunis as well? Of Kahlo. Okay.
I can't keep up with it. I get asked questions like that all the time, and I just say, "Hey, I'm a Kennedy,
You're
and
Kennedy.
my blood's red." People say, "Oh, well, you're descendants to Abraham Lincoln," and
Yeah.
well, that's great, but I'm not going to do a whole bunch of research. I got too much work to do, and getting the story out and getting truth and justice. And I would like to say, if you hit that share button and you help get my story out, I will do everything in my power and fight to my death for we the people. I really will, because this story is so important to each and every one of us. It's huge on what they're allowed to do, and the trickery and the deception and everything else that they do to stay in power and to keep stealing from all of us.
So they use people's image to do their bidding. They steal your money, they steal your identity, they steal your legacy, and then they become you. It sounds like. And
now I'm the one saying, "Hey, my identity theft is still a crime, but nothing's being done." For years, I've been waiting for some black cars to pull up with some FBI agents to say, "Hey, John, we'll help you." But no, because I'm exposing too many criminals at the top where they won't do that.
And just for the record, you did submit your DNA for DNA testing, but we have to keep in mind who owns the DNA testing. What came out and what was the result?
No contact. We actually got a certified check for thousands of dollars. We purchased my father's DNA, my mother's DNA. We were told that's not enough DNA, so we had to purchase more of my father's, the same DNA that went to the moon. And we sent to a private lab. They did not, and this has been, hey, Robin, how many months has it been since we even heard?
For a year.
It's been a year? About a year, I guess, since we paid a lab in Colorado thousands of dollars, sent them my father's DNA, and this DNA went to the moon, people. And I've called him several times. No email, people. Here's my email. And this is the scientist at the lab. I'm saying, hey, you can't even give me the common courtesy of a phone call or an email with my results. So I got a lawyer now, though.
Oh, good. Yes. I love it.
But I've actually taken 5 total DNA tests, and one of them was the big one, testing my father's DNA to my DNA, and they will not release the results. So who shut them up? It had to be a third party that's saying, hey, don't release them at all.
Rena just texted me. She said it's called destiny swapping, when you take somebody's identity and their legacy and you replace yourself with them. Thank you, Rena. Destiny swapping. Wow. This is deep. And we might have more questions, John, and I know I'm keeping you for a while. I don't want to keep you too long away from your companion and your dinner, but I do want to ask you about this lovely necklace that you sent to me. When you sent me this message, I just went on live real quickly that day. And I was just going off like, John sent me a gift. Oh my God. I have a gift from the real JFK Jr. John, this necklace here, the reason why I love it and I consider it so special is because when I had gotten this necklace, I never told you this, I couldn't sleep and I didn't know what was going on. I called the Meta Center, my friend, Dr. Vortex there, and I said, I can't sleep. I don't know what's going on. Normally I can sleep peacefully. And, I've tried herbs, I've tried prayer, I tried all type of things. And I just, chalked it up to, I'm just not going to be able to sleep. But when you gave me this necklace, I put it on and I fell asleep with it on accidentally. You don't take your... John, I had the most peaceful sleep for days.
That's awesome.
I don't know if there's something in this metal or if you guys work alchemy. So can you tell us about the necklace and where we can purchase it if we want it?
Yeah, I met this guy named King Smarty,
Okay.
and he is a freaking genius. He's got to be a genius because he came to me and said, "Hey, I believe you." So, but he knew that I had been kicked and was living in poverty, and they were suppressing me, and he is a master of frequencies. So actually on the back of this, it has source directives and the frequency, but he donated.
I'll see if people can see that. I don't know if I don't think they can see the design. Oh, yes. That's beautiful.
He spent thousands of dollars. He donated 1,000 of these to me. And he said, I know you're struggling. He said, sell these, make a nice place to live for yourself. He said, I don't want nothing. I just want your story out. And he had sent me one. He told me it was for my post-traumatic stress disorder because, it's, Brenda Price just said healing frequencies. With that said, 2 years ago, my heart was at 10%. They told me I would not live. They said, you're probably going to die if we do this operation. They ended up putting a stent inside my heart. And my health has been so poor, but I feel freaking good. I really do.
That's awesome.
And the pharmaceutical companies, they want you to be sick. The medicine that they put out, it doesn't help that much. And a matter of fact, it can kill you, some of it. And you see that on your TV when they're ads for their medicine. Talk to your doctor because this medicine can kill you. And
they say that.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up. Shout out to the King.
Where can we buy it? Let me see.
I think Brenda Price just put my website, Dub21, the real John at KennedyJr.com.
Okay, got it.
Made me that website because I'm too busy and stuff to do and don't have the computer technology. And
I'll bring it up. Okay, is this it? Let me show you here. Thank you, Brenda. The real John F. KennedyJr.com. I see it.
Yeah, that's the only place you can order one of these unless you get a hold of me personally with my P.O. box. But Robin just typed in King Smarty TV.
Okay, I see.
King Smarty's so awesome. He just started a TV channel. I'm number 2 on that. I need to get on there more. Sue Greenwald, they're posting our videos. I'm going to see if they can post this video on my channel also.
That's awesome.
And share that it's non-censored. The censorship we got to be taken down. It's not going to happen on King Smarty TV by far. So they're not coming down. If they go on King Smarty TV, they ain't coming down.
So we can go, there's a gallery here, there's a timeline, it's about you, and a shop. That's probably where we can find the look at that. That's beautiful. You can get different colors?
Yeah, they come in gold, silver, rainbow, black, and rose gold. So wow. And like I said, he made me and gifted me 1,000 of these to help get the story out, help my life get better. And it's awesome. The man has a heart of gold. He really does. Like I said, he is a genius.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for that. This will help you. And, if somebody doesn't want to just give money, this is a way to get something in return. You get to him and bless him.
Collector's item this is going to be when we go world. Hey, the real John Kennedy Jr. was alive. And he was selling these necklaces right here to get the story out to the world. And I own one. I own one of 1,000. So, just think of the historical value that it's going to, it might be worth something someday. And besides that, it's awesome and healthy for you.
Yeah, I think it will be. He's telling y'all it's going to be worth something someday. And, like you said, this alchemy was worked on it or some type of spirituality, spiritual work he did on this. And I don't lie. I'm not a liar. I'm a truth teller. There's no way I would promote something that didn't really heal me. And I didn't, and address my issue. I never told you I couldn't. I don't know if I told you I couldn't sleep. I might have told you after the fact, but I was so happy. That's why I did that live as soon as you sent it to me, because I could immediately feel my frequencies change, John. So thank you so much for this gift. You really blessed me. And thank you for the cash apps that you send me. Like, you send me gifts, you know, and I'm just so grateful, because I know everybody right now is having financial challenges, but to bless me and bless others and bless children when you could to keep the money for yourself is amazing. Thank you so much.
There's a question just popped up. If Donald Trump died in 1989 in a helicopter crash, why are they using his name as the Republic president for all he is doing to change the USA? What is he actually doing to change the USA? That is my question to you. There's two candidates you have to vote for. One is better than the other, and they chose Donald Trump to deceive you and tell you he's doing things. I want you to think, I get this comment a lot. Donald Trump's not taking a salary. What a freaking wonderful guy. He's not taking his $350,000 a year salary. He's a billionaire. He has billionaire friends in the cabal. He was friends with Epstein, people. Child trafficking. Yeah, Epstein. What is he doing so great for this country? And I know, Dr. Key, I shouldn't be.
No, go ahead. I'm listening.
He's a billionaire. Just the tax breaks he will give to his friends. You know, he's all about tax cuts for the rich, not tax cuts for us poor, but tax cuts for the rich. How much salary is going to make being a billionaire to cut his own taxes? Way more than $350,000. Way more than that. And just think of all of his friends that are going to be at the golf course with him, kicking in bonuses. Hey, you know, it's huge. But $350,000 to a billionaire. You know how much money you make on $1 billion in interest every single day? $350,000 is a drop in the bucket. That's why he didn't need it. If I was a billionaire, I wouldn't be running for president. I wouldn't need to. I'd have $1 billion. I'd be on the ocean in the biggest freaking yacht. I would be sailing out there, and I'd have Robin by my side. I wouldn't need about 12 nice little angels by my side. I'd just have Robin. But, you know.
Good answer. So, but, you know, I have to say that this Trump that they're showing right now is not the Trump that we used to see. He doesn't even look like him.
There's another question on the screen. I was always told Donald Trump was my cousin. He was my family member. He was my loved one. And I just assumed it because I was always told from a child up that Donald Trump was my cousin. He was my family. And then you get into the story. Donald Trump is the real son of General Patton. And on and on. So that was his tie to the Kennedy family. So yes, Donald Trump would have been my family member. Donald Trump stole millions of dollars from me. Donald Trump, the one playing Donald Trump, has stolen millions and millions and millions of dollars from his own family, his own nephew. $400 million from his own nephew. Why? Because it's not his own nephew. It doesn't hurt so much if you steal $400 million from a loved one that's not really yours anymore. But people just need to wake up and realize that the system's rigged, whether it's Donald Trump, George Bush, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, or any of them. When my father was killed in 1963, the cabal took over and they started placing who they want in place. It's rigged from the start to the finish every 4 years. But there's people like Wayne. You know, Donald Trump's going to have a 4-year term, just 4 years. There's people like Wayne that are in forever. There's generals in the military that aren't going away. They're there forever, not 4 years. So who's really telling this 4-year term president what to do? Somebody else.
Wow. So we've heard that President Trump will be the last president. Is it possible that once he fulfills this term, whoever's playing Trump, and we got to know people are playing Trump. We've seen body doubles. We've seen people look like they're wearing masks. We all know that Biden is not the real Biden. So like we've awakened to that. So we should be able to accept that, Trump has a bunch of doubles. But is it possible that once his presidency ends, that then people like you and me and people like and Ron will step up and have a lawful government without a president?
Well, this is just my belief, but Donald Trump wants to be a ruler, a king.
Okay.
He doesn't want to go away. So when his 4-year term is, he wants to be considered the savior, the king. He doesn't want to go away. He wants to stay a ruler. So if there's several Trumps, we might have a Donald Trump that's 150 years old, down the road. But yeah, I really wish people would wake up to what's really going on, whether it's Trump
go ahead,
or whether it's somebody else. Everybody.
Can you give us some hope, John? Can you give us some hope? Like if it's not Trump, maybe the military is using him, or maybe not. Maybe he is sinister or evil. What's the hope that you will offer us? Like
me, you, Ron, the Lions that are getting the story out to the truth that these people are no good. They really aren't. They're for themselves. They're for the money. And you can tell by their actions. Actions speak louder than words. Pictures speak louder. You can look at a picture of Trump and how many pictures is he there with Epstein? How many little girls are sitting on his lap, people? A picture's worth 1,000 words. And if people would just wake up to what, who am I? I'm the son of our former assassinated president. And just listen. And what I'm telling you, it's so true. It really is. But
Brenda Price says Queen Romana, I don't know if you heard of her. She's supposed to be the queen in Canada, said that Trump is a robot and it's time to expose him and other body doubles. Whoa.
Yeah, on my YouTube, there's actually 4 Trump, I believe it's 4, maybe it's more, Trump body doubles side by side. And you can see. But I get people saying all the time, the Trump I saw a month ago isn't the Trump I saw. The Trump that had an attempt on his life wasn't the same Trump. Donald Trump had brown eyes. Now he has blue eyes. The ears don't match. It's all identity theft to rule us, over us, whether who it is. And all I'm saying is we all need to wake up, because it's up to each and every one of us to make things better for each and every one of us. And, all you have to do is walk outside, go to the grocery store, see all the homeless. See the poverty level. You don't even have to go outside. You can go online and you can tell prices of your groceries have gone up since COVID through the roof. On everything. You go to the hardware store, it's not just groceries, people. It's everything is going through the roof. And how long is it going to keep going before we crash?
And we don't really need the government actually to affect change. Say it again.
We don't need the government to keep stealing from us. We really don't.
And we don't need the government to be in power in order to change the world. Right? We have power to do things ourselves, is what I feel like I hear you saying. We can affect change.
They made it, in our Constitution where we have the power to do something about it. But people, I'm not getting into politics. I don't care, blah, blah, blah. There's so many reasons. But our forefathers gave us the means to change things. And it's up to us to do it one way or another. It's up to us. We either go with the program and keep going with the program, and you're going to be paying more for groceries, but and everything else. It's politicians, they lie. They're known for lying. They're known for not helping. You can catch them over and over and over again in their lies. Well,
you sure can.
Let's get rid of the evil lying politicians and put some good-hearted people in place that really don't need a salary, that just want to do it because they love the country and have a heart of the world.
That's beautiful, John. I want to ask one final question, unless somebody else asks something else, and that is: have you heard about NESARA and JASARA, like the National Economic Security and Reformation Act, that says we're going to have a debt jubilee and trillions of dollars will be injected into the global economy? And so it's trillions of dollars to be injected to the global economy. We'll have a debt jubilee, and everybody on the planet will receive money in their accounts to compensate for the bad banking system. Have you ever heard of that, John?
Yeah, I wish it was true. I wish everybody could live a life of wealth and not have to worry where their next meal's coming from, and have to eat Tom Brahman all the time. That would be wonderful. It really, really would. It would be wonderful. I don't know.
Okay.
You know, I would love it. I would love to see it. I really would, but
we haven't seen it happen in the past. So this would be something completely new, and we will welcome it.
yeah, most definitely. I would love to see things change for the better for, the people that really deserve not to worry about, being hungry. The kids being hungry. No kid should have to eat top ramen. Man, you ever taste that stuff?
Yeah. It's salty. Yes, I've tasted it when I was low on money.
Yeah, but no kid should have to eat that. They should eat healthy. And but the thing is, the more prices go up in the grocery store, the more kids are going to have to eat top ramen.
That's right. Somebody says, Dr. Kia, research royal decrees. Okay. www.thekingdomofcanada.ca. Okay, I will. And now I've heard of Queen Romana. If she is a part of what you're talking about, I followed her when she first came out, and I didn't know if she was real or not, but it seems like you support her, Brenda, so I'll look her up.
Yeah, Brenda does. And Canada's crazy. I love Brenda. I went to send Brenda a Christmas card the other day, and I hadn't even heard this because I try not to watch the news and stuff, but I took my Christmas card that was going to Brenda to the post office, and they say, you can't send this because the Canadian post office is on strike right now. So nobody's getting their mail in Canada. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. I never heard of such a thing. Wow.
Yeah. I was just thinking, when they told me that at the post office, what about people that get their medicine by mail? They're not getting it. What about their Social Security checks or their, I don't know what the system is in Canada, but, if they're not having the mail run, maybe it's for the best. Maybe the people will figure out what they have to do to survive without, the mail system.
She said, wait, the postal strike is over. And what do you see, John?
Yeah, that's what just came up. She said the postal strike is over. Well, Brenda, I'm going to have to try to mail you your Christmas card. You might get a little late, but.
And then Joe Oregon Bubbles. Hi, Joe says, I did not get school property taxes for 2 years. This has never happened before. It says that the amount due is 0. That's excellent. Wow. So I hope it happens for everybody. Well, John, people also want to know if you've heard of the med beds.
I have. I was just talking to a guy a couple of days ago, and he's like, they're for real. And I was like, well, does that mean they're going to charge $1 million? Being, everything in the healthcare is crazy. And with a med bed that's supposed to, do a lot of help to the human body, I could see him charging $1 million, but he was like, no, that's not going to happen. So that would be awesome. I know King Smarty works with frequencies and healing, and the King says he's coming up with a chamber that's going to do, frequencies. Like you just walk in there and the frequencies will heal your body for you. So that, that's awesome too. But yeah, I've heard of it. I hope and pray wouldn't that be, great? Like people
Mhm.
like me wouldn't have to be in pain all the time just for getting
Yes,
old. It would be awesome.
it would be awesome. I've heard that they're real too, John. So we're anticipating that for I heard the veterans will get access to them probably first, and the children that were rescued from the deep underground military bases, or children that have been through some type of trauma, will have access to them first, allegedly. But we don't really know what's going to happen. But I've heard they are real. Like you. John, somebody says, I'm confused. Hi, Miss Fancy. Thank you for your question. We appreciate you joining us today. She says, John is saying the opposite of what Dr. Kia says. What are we to believe? Because, John, now this is what I say. I say that Donald Trump is the person that the deep state has chosen. I mean, no, look, Donald Trump is the person that the military has chosen to take down the deep state. That's what I say. I say it's his avatar, it's his persona, it's his person. It could be somebody in a mask. I don't know. He could be under control to do it. I don't know. But from what I thought, he was being used to take down the deep state. However, I'm open and I respect everything you're saying. That's why I keep bringing you on, because I love the fact
I,
that you challenge my thinking.
I have heard the same thing. Everybody has their own opinion on a lot of different things. They could pick us apart on what we believe and what we don't, but everybody, can't believe 100% on it. But I was told the other day, it's all part of their plan.
Mm.
Um, it's all part of the plan, So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
what you say, what I say, we could have totally different opinions. It doesn't mean I don't love you.
Right. And because at the end of the day, like you said, we have to stop looking outside of ourselves for a savior. We are the savior for whom we're looking. We need to save ourselves. So
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. I
So
really am. We have to
Miss
save ourselves.
Miss Fancy, look into your soul and your heart, because Kia is full of love, and so am I. We
That's
might
right.
not agree on every single thing, but it's all good, and it's not to harm anybody. It's to help
That's right.
everybody.
That's right. Because just like when you say he was evil, he did certain things, he died in 1989, there are a lot of stories that corroborate with what you're saying. Like they confirm. And I've sent you what, Benjamin Fulford said. He said the same things that you've been saying. So I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that, we have to, like you say, search within ourselves and receive the truth that we feel is correct. But at the end of the day, we should not be relying on a president, a military, a God. I mean, forgive me. I mean, we do pray to God, but I'm saying at some point we have to stop begging on our knees for somebody to come save us and get up off your behind and stand on your feet and save yourself. That's what I'm saying. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm saying, does that make sense? But
Whatever president we have, ask him to start doing things for the homeless. Ask him to
mm,
start doing things for the children, cleaning
yes,
up the drugs, because it's so easy for them to do. It really is,
it really is. They could
and
do
they
it with
won't.
their own money if they're billionaires.
Right? They really could. There's the president of the United States has the military. They are the commander in chief of the military. Think about all the stuff the military sells for military surplus. Just think of all the
Mhm.
FEMA and the tents and all the stuff, and the land that the United States government owns. Come
Mm,
on, people. You should not see one homeless person in any city across this country. They
right.
There's no need for it.
Mm,
You should not see people all messed up on fentanyl, dying left and right. You should
mm,
not see our soldiers dying of soldier suicide, 20 a day. Soldier
mm,
suicide. You shouldn't see it. They could fix it. You hear about the veterans and how they don't get the health care that they deserve. They could
mm,
fix it. These people
mm,
living on Social Security disability that don't even have enough to eat after they pay their bills. There's so much they can fix. Instead of taking our, we put in money for all these things and they take it away faster than they can distribute it. Um, let's take over and fix these things that I just mentioned. It's not that hard, but we keep getting politicians saying they're going to fix things and then turning a blind eye to all these important matters.
I agree. It's not that hard. Thank you, John.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing your story and your wisdom. Thank you for gracing us with your presence, because you could be doing anything else. Thank you for taking out the time to check on me and send texts and blessing me financially. And just thank you for being a superb, wonderful, loving human being. Thank you so much. I'm grateful for you.
Yeah. Me and Robin love you so much. You were willing to get me on and share my story, and it means a lot. It really does, because it means so much to so many others also. But we love you.
I love you too. Are there any final words that you'd like to leave us with, John?
I just want to thank everybody for their support. I keep saying one share. If we can get this story out of what they did to the son of a president, we got it whooped. So let's just hit that share button. It doesn't cost anything. Social media, hit that share button, and let's wake up the world. Let's wake up others that, hey, this is what they really do. And John's sharing it. And we can make a difference. We really can, with one share at a time.
Absolutely. And now, how can people support your work? Like, what websites? We're going to put up your Cash App too, but what websites can they go to if they want to support your work?
Yeah, the real John F. Kennedy Jr.com. Okay. That's the only one. There's several fake ones. There's several fake accounts, I should say, of me up on Facebook and TikTok. And I have one TikTok and one Facebook and my website here. I don't have all kinds of other ones that these scammers are trying to ask you for money. I'll never ask anybody for money. If they want to send love, that's awesome. It's appreciated, but I'm never going to email you and message you saying, hey, I need $10. That's not how I am. And with that said, I want to thank everybody that has sent blessings to me and Robin are trying to play Santa Claus for a family. And we mentioned it on Sue Greenwald Awakened Stories. And there's been so much love. These kids have some dynamite clothes coming, some nice speakers, and plenty of toys. They should have a wonderful Christmas that they probably wouldn't have had without your blessings. And just thanks. There's, I didn't know there was so many people with so much love in their hearts. And it's touching and it's appreciated from me and Robin both, and the family, I'm sure, that's getting the gifts for their children. That, I've been down in the dumps more than once, and this man came to a new job, and he's got 4 little ones, and these little ones, he lost his job, and it's hard. So me and Robin were like, hey, let's get the kids some gifts. We don't need to buy each other gifts this Christmas. We'll buy them for the kids. And Robin's got a heart of gold. You should see her face when she comes back with a pair of kids' shoes. It's great. But all you people that have donated and had Amazon clothes for these kids sent, it's wonderful. Much appreciated. Always appreciated.
So we can go to your website and learn more about you and your work. But we can also purchase the necklace on that website, and they come in many different colors. That's one way we can support you, I hear you say. We can also go to Amazon.com, and here is what the book looks like. It's called, let me see if I can find it, Stolen Legacy. No, isn't it? Stolen Identity. I'm sorry, Stolen Identity, Unveiling the Real John Kennedy Jr. I'm sorry, John, what were you going to say?
I was just repeating what you were saying.
Okay.
Yeah. Stolen Identity, Unveiling the Real John Kennedy Jr. by John Kennedy Jr. And thanks to Jackie for helping me write it. I was tortured. We were talking about that earlier. And I could not write a book myself. The mental abuse, just trying to get the truth out. was too hard for me. So I did a video chat sharing my story like we're doing here. And Jackie put it into book form. And
Wow.
she did a wonderful, awesome job.
It's a phenomenal book. I'm a writer too, and I've been writing since I was a child. That book is very descriptive. You can actually feel the pain. You can see what's happening, and it's gripping. It's some of it's heart wrenching. Was hard to read, but it was very difficult to put down because there's so much going on in the book, and I highly recommend it. I gave it a 5-star rating, family. I did a review of the book. And I'm just telling you, you will love it. Please get the book out on Amazon. You can get the less than $20 version, which is the paperback version here, or you can get the Kindle version, which probably is about $9.99. A very good book. Also, you can go to John's YouTube channel. And I'm going to wrap this up, John. Here it is. John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. He has 3.6 subscribers, 3.6 thousand subscribers, 251 videos. I'm saying that because there may be fake accounts up on YouTube. And you will see his address here, his post office box here. You can also send donations through his post office box. But I wanted to let you know you can follow him on YouTube because he does lives pretty often and shares his story and talks about what's going on in his life. So it's kind of fun following him because he's the son of a president. Like you don't get to follow a son of a president every day, hear his voice. He answers you in the chat if you feel like talking to him. Just a wonderful person. Rockin' Robin is a lovely, gorgeous woman. Let me tell you. So they have a lot of synergy between the two of them and they work very well together. Please support John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. and his lovely companion, Rockin' Robin. So having said that, John, I also want to put up your Cash App. Let me see if we got it. Anybody that wants to support his work financially or send him money so he can, work on aren't you working on your home right now, John?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's coming along. It's people have sent me love blessings to get things, and it's a lot of hard work. What have we spent 4 months straight working every day? Robin's doing painting, I'm doing the carpentry and that kind of thing, and it's coming along. We just got the hot water heater hooked up today. We went from a 5-gallon hot water heater to a 40-gallon, so I'm looking forward to taking a nice hot bubble bath tonight.
Well, that sounds fun. Family, you can send John and his lovely companion a donation to Cash App, $ Poor Boy John Jr. That's Cash App. You can download it on your phone and put in $ POORBOYJOHNJR, Poor Boy John Jr. Is there another way? Somebody wants to know, what about PayPal?
I do have PayPal. The link is actually on my website, I believe.
Okay, let me see.
That's how if people buy the pendant. I don't know.
Let me see. I'm gonna go to donate.
Information though.
I see. Okay, I see the Cash App, but donate. PayPal. Let's see. I don't see the PayPal. I'm on the donate tab. Now I'm gonna go to shop and see if I can find PayPal.
I'll see if they can put it on there. Actually, I don't know how to share PayPal. I really don't.
Does Robin happen to know this offhand? Because I'll put it in the chat.
No, she doesn't.
Okay. It's usually, maybe you can send it to me.
I'll go to PayPal, and if they have a link, I can copy, and then I'll share it with you.
Yes, it's used. Go ahead.
I appreciate you, Kia. That's nice.
Oh, it'd be my pleasure. I know it's usually like pay.me or something like that, / with your name, but I don't want to get people confused. Somebody says, yes, PayPal can be used in the Kingdom of Canada too. Thank you for saying that, darling. Dave is saying, we love you, Robin. We love you and Robin Justice. Someone says, they're talking to each other. So family, we'll get that PayPal out to you when we figure it out and he'll send it to me. But in the meantime, if you do have Cash App, you can send him a love offering again. Let me see if I can put that up before we leave. Or if somebody has it, can you put it here for me in the chat? I lost it because you guys are still chatting. But we don't want to keep John too much longer so he can take that bubble bath. Oh, here it is. Cash App. $ Poor Boy John Jr. Well, John, it's been fun. I always enjoy talking to you and listening to your stories. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm just honored. Awesome. John, I mean, thank you. Like, why me? Why am I so blessed? You know what I'm saying? Like, Ron and I talk about that all the time. How is it that we came to know John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr.? Like, this is amazing to know.
I feel that way about you guys. I really, really do. I do.
Thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being so loving and kind and bold and courageous and compassionate. Thank you, John.
Well, thank you so much, Kia. All love. And thank you, Lions, with all my heart. I appreciate each and every one of you for the shares. You know, people can make up their own mind. There's haters, but let them make up their own mind, you know?
Okay. I agree with that. So, family, having said that, we thank you for spending your Friday night with us. We hope you have a happy Friday, or Friday, as I say. Sleep well, make love to your companion, kiss your babies, and create whatever destiny you desire for your bloodline. Don't depend on somebody else to do it. Now, we do work together interdependently, but start looking within as much as you look without. So this has been a wonderful podcast. We thank John and Rockin' Robin for being here and sharing their story and their time with us, family. John, you want to say anything before I do my last speech, my last hurrah?
God bless you all, each and every one of you.
Somebody says my naivety, what is it? Being naive is absolutely mind blowing. She's too nice. Welcomes all with no questions and no discernment. You don't know what I do, baby. So, family, having said that, my name is Dr. Kia Pruitt. You've met today and spoken to the real John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. We hope that we've said something to raise your vibrations and inspire you to create the most amazing, magnificent life that you desire and deserve. Go and have a great night, family. Peace. Rest well. Bye-bye.